Now we're going to spend some time delving into character archetypes, and you'll see this quote on here by William Shakespeare from As You Like It. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and entrances, and one man at his time plays many parts. So archetypes describe the function or role a character plays in a story. Think of the archetype as a mask a character wears in a particular scene. One character may serve primarily as the mentor of a tale, wearing that single mask for the majority of the journey. But just as we play many roles in our lifetime, or even change masks in a given day, a story's characters have the potential to wear any of the archetypal masks, depending on the demands of the story. So, for example, Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars, he's a mentor throughout Star Wars, yet he must wear the hero's mask and sacrifice himself to Darth Vader in order to allow Luke to escape with the princess. Okay, so that's one example of how we change masks in the stories. They can different characters can wear different masks. So what follows is an overview of the archetypes that occur the most frequently. So we have a list here of those most frequent archetypes and an action describing their primary functions. We have the hero to serve and to sacrifice, the mentor, he guides, the threshold guardian to test, herald to warn and challenge, shapeshifter to question and deceive, shadow to destroy, and the trickster to disrupt. So that's a quick overview. So when you use these as masks for your characters, you need to ask yourself the following. What is the character's function on the journey? What is the character's goal? And what action should the character take to achieve that goal? So answering those questions should help you to put the correct mask on the hero at the right time. So let's jump in. So let's look at that first one, the mentor. An essential archetype, the mentor provides motivation, insights, and training to help the hero overcome his doubts and fears and prepare for the journey. Often the mentor has traveled the road before and can provide needed guidance to a hero who's reluctant to face the unknown. If the hero provides his commitment, the mentor may reward him with magical gifts, like a weapon, clothing, piece of advice, key, that will help him on the journey ahead. The mentor might present a powerful magical gift to lure the hero to accept the challenge. So there's Dumbledore, who is the hero to Harry Potter, or the mentor to Harry Potter, excuse me. Herald characters issue challenges and announce the coming of significant change. They can make their appearance anytime during the journey, but often appear at the beginning of a journey to announce the call to adventure. So it goes back to the hero journey. That's how it ties in. A character may wear the herald's mask to make an announcement or judgment, report a new flash, or simply deliver a letter. The herald can reside within the hero in the form of dreams and visions that push the hero to change his life. An external event, such as a declaration of war or storm, can serve the herald's agenda. Whatever the form, the herald is needed to present the challenge and get the story rolling. So that is Hagrid. He is the half giant who tells Harry that he is a wizard and calls him to go to Hogwarts. So here's a not so frequent one. Character archetype, but it is one. The young man from the provinces, there you have Braveheart. So the hero returns to his home and heritage where he is a stranger, and he can see new problems and solutions. So he usually leaves, but later returns to save his kingdom. And then we have the initiates. Again, the young heroes or heroines, they must go through some training and ceremony before undertaking their quests. So there's Harry Potter, Luke Skywalker. Now we can say Katniss Everdeen. She goes through some training before she goes on her quest. The hunting group of companions are loyal companions willing to face hardship and ordeal to stay together. So they help the hero achieve the common goal. So Frodo had a lot of companions that helped him on his journey. He had elves, he had other hobbits, he had other people that helped him. Then you have the loyal retainers. Their duty is to reflect the nobility and power of the hero. Okay, they also protect the hero. They're usually in the form of sidekicks. So you have the seven dwarves. They're always kind of hanging out with Snow White. Okay, they're there to reflect that nobility and power of the hero. The friendly beast is an animal companion showing that nature is on the side of the hero. And there you have Chewbacca. He is our friendly beast in Star Wars. The evil figure with the ultimately good heart is a devil figure with the potential to be good. And this person is usually saved by the love of the hero. And that is Ebenezer Scrooge. We know his story. He is grumpy about Christmas, doesn't believe in the spirit of it, and then he's ultimately saved by the love of the hero. He changes his heart. Then there's the outcast. So this is a character banished from a social group for some real or imagined crime against his fellow man. And he's usually destined to wander from place to place. And that is the Grinch. He's an outcast. Starcrossed lovers, Romeo and Juliet. They're two characters engaged in a love affair, fated to end tragically for one or both due to the disapproval of society, friends, family, or some tragic situation. So Romeo and Juliet is a classic example of star-crossed lovers that is taken straight from Shakespeare himself. We've taken that archetype. Some other character archetypes. These are the women archetypes, and we won't go into too much detail with them, but the Earth Mother, she's symbolic of fruition, abundance, and fertility. She offers spiritual and emotional health to those who come across her path. She's often depicted in earth colors and things like that. That's usually how we see her. Then we have the Temptress, sometimes called the Black Goddess. She's characterized by sensuous beauty, and she is the woman to whom the protagonist is physically attracted and who ultimately brings about his downfall. And she sometimes appears as a witch or vampire. The Platonic ideal is a woman who is a source of inspiration to the hero. She has an intellectual rather than physical. He has an intellectual rather than physical attraction to her. Then there's the damsel in distress, which is a vulnerable woman who needs to be rescued by the hero. She is often used as a trap to ensnare the unsuspecting hero. She's usually trapped by the devil figure. So now that we have done a quick rundown of archetypes, I want you to answer the following questions on a piece of paper and bring those to class. So the first one, why do we have heroes in literature? What's the point? Why do we have them? Do we have heroes today? Do you think that heroes, as we've defined them, are relevant today? Why or why not? Number 3 is, what does archetype define it? How do we categorize different archetypes? Number 4 and 5 are for fun. Number 4, imagine that you are on your own hero journey. Which stage of the journey would you be in right now? If you could pick one. What stages have you gone through already? Explain these to me. You could be at one of the early stages of the journey. You might be farther along. Which one are you in? And maybe answer which one would you want to be in right now if you could choose. And then number 5 is for fun. Who or what are some archetypes in your life? For example, do you have a mentor? Who is he or she? Why do they count as your mentor? Do you have loyal retainers? Who are they? Why do they count as your loyal retainers? Maybe you have a platonic ideal or some other type of archetype in your life. What are they? Explain them. And those last 2 questions are just to help you connect archetypes and hero journey to yourself as a human. As we go back to the definition that Campbell and Carl Jung have given us, archetypes are part of our collective unconscious as humans. They're part of our lives. We didn't invent them, but we definitely create them, or we definitely incorporate them into our literature and in our art. So how do you connect to them? Bring this to class for a discussion. And I got this from Stuart Boytilla's excerpts from Myth in the Movies, which is a study about archetypes and hero journey in movies today. So thank you to him for this source.